Hey yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been so long. Honestly guys, I think that someone is really I don't know what you call it, putting some of those juju vibes on me, those bad evil vibes, because right after I posted that last video, and I had so much of plans, right after I posted that last video, do you know what this laptop decides to do? It crashes. Literally, it just crashes. And I might just crash it again. I'm sorry, please don't die. Anyways, I know the first thing you guys must have noticed is the name has changed of this channel. And keep on watching guys if you want to know why I changed it and the meaning behind what is the anxious individual and why I've decided to change it. Carry on watching this video and you guys will see. I'll give a more detailed description. I'm not going to tell you when because I don't want you guys to click out of this video. So just carry on watching, it'll be there. Yeah, so what is this video? By the title, I'm sure you can see. Welcome back to part 2 of True Scary I think this is probably one of the most favorite videos or series on this channel. Personally, it's one of my favorites and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. So without any further ado, without you having to listen to my excruciating voice, I know guys, let me get the candle ready. Older guys, you all might have remembered this one from the Luxy Monster series that I've done. My English is actually running away from me today. I'm so sorry. So we got our candle just to get rid of all the bad vibes around us, and yeah, why not? Let's get started guys. And we're back and let's get straight into it. Play. True Horror Ghost Tour Story. So we'll be doing I think two stories each for each episode. So guys, make sure you like this video to show me that you want more. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get our numbers up. Let's make this channel grow. All you anxious individuals out there, just subscribe, join the family, and True Horror Ghost Tour Story.
When I was a kid, I was really into paranormal things such as ghosts and spirits, so I always got really excited for Halloween. On one Halloween, my parents took me and my brother to a ghost tour in the city. During the tour, we would visit real haunted houses, which were said to have some really violent ghosts. I couldn't be more excited. We arrived at the location for the tour meetup, an empty parking lot, but we were a bit early and nobody else had arrived yet. It was a chilly October night, so my parents decided that we should find a building to wait in until more people arrive. We walked over to the building that the parking lot was meant for, an old hotel, and entered the vestibule. We tried to fully enter the building, but we found that the doors leading to the lobby inside were locked. After a few minutes of standing around, I started...
I have to pause this, guys. Does anybody else notice the hairstyles? Okay, the dad is cool, he got his spiky hair going for him with his Vegeta hairline. The daughter is okay, she got more of a square. But the son, what is that? Like, honestly, what is that? You can't even see anything. If anyone was to come and attack you, you're not going to see anything. Well, you better get that hair out of your face before I give you a backhand. And as for the mother, you can see where he gets it from because half an eye in this, one eye is completely gone. I don't know, like that Roberto Firmino pose. I don't know what she thinks she's doing, but okay, something bad is gonna happen. How do you go to a hotel that's not yours? You think it's your father's hotel? Is that what you think? You just go and open. You think they're gonna let you in? Come on guys, be more. This is when you jump in your car, you be like, guys, we tried, no problem, we'll try again tomorrow morning. We'll schedule for the morning. I don't know what you're trying to meet up with. You can see the parking lot is empty, but you're still here trying to be, I don't know, you want to call it spontaneous? I don't know. Candle, please just, I don't know, bless them.
To feel strange. A nauseous feeling had swept my stomach, Goosebumps ran up and down my
That ain't
arms.
goosebumps. That ain't goosebumps. That look like some type of disease. I know it's wrong for me to talk about these diseases in this time, since the world is going through such a bad phase, can you call it? For all of those that are respecting the laws to stay at home and are respecting the lockdown and, you know, trying to stay safe, I really commend you, and carry on staying safe, guys. We've been through worst. We can get through this all together. Okay, let's go back to Miss Nauseous over here.
Feeling of being watched was stabbing, almost burning my back. Looking around, it was obvious that me and my family were the only ones inside the vestibule. The lobby of the building was also devoid of people. Once we saw people enter the parking lot, we left, and I felt better. And after that, I was shocked to see the first place we stopped on the tour was the building my family had been waiting in. Now, this building we won't enter, because the spirit inside here is more violent than the others will encounter. The guide stated, "In here, we have the Shadow Man. He doesn't terrorize the whole building, just the area that you enter through. He's been known to slap and scratch people coming inside." A few pictures were passed around. All of a sudden, I don't know how and why, but I recognized that an inky black figure stood against the door's windows. Its eyes were glowing white, and it had long fingers and pointed nails. It was freaky to think that
What? You're going ghost hunting? Oh God, now I get it. This is why good people or people in this world cannot have nice things, because you guys spoil it with all your... Okay, I get people have a fetish for that kind of thing, like the spirits and possession and stuff. Like, look, me personally, I like watching movies with them in it, but that's where they stay. You stay in the movie. I don't go out. I'm not about that life, guys. I'm sorry, I'm really not about that life. And is it just me, or does this girl's face look way more scary than that shadow man by the window? I mean, if you had to wake up at 12 o'clock at night and you see this picture compared to that shadow man's picture, ask yourself, who are you really scared of? It could be me. I have a mirror right above my ceiling, and I wake up every morning with a shock. My life is so sad. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was late, I know. Sorry, guys.
I might have been targeted by the Shadow Man, but I didn't think much of it until after the tour when my family went back home.
That was it?
I started to complain to my mom that my back was itching and burning, so she grabbed some ointment and told me she would look at it.
Who wants to bet now? Leave your guesses in the comments right now before we carry on this video. I'll give you guys 10 seconds. Comment what you think is on her back. Without watching this, I'm gonna go out on a limb. No, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because then you guys will just copy me. So leave it now in the comments what you think is on her back. What you think. You got it? You like the video yet? You subscribed? Good.
A bug bite. We had been walking around outside at night after all. When she lifted my shirt, she asked when I had scratched my back. I told her I hadn't. She took a picture on her phone and showed it to me.
I knew it. I knew it. If I could comment myself, actually not, I am gonna comment. As soon as this video is up, I'm gonna be the first comment. You guys are gonna see. I knew it was gonna be scratches. Don't play with me.
Met with a long red scratch leading from my shoulder to the middle of my back. The skin on my back was a shade of red, like a rash. Me and all of my family couldn't say anything, but just turned back straight to our house. The Shadow Man had got me.
It serves you right, you know, guys. I do not blame people who get possessed in this way. I know it's not your fault. I don't ask for you to go there, but why would you do that? Why would you go to a creepy building and you never even, I mean, they never even showed us the whole story. They were just like on the first floor, okay guys, here's the Shadow Man, the rip-off guys over there. Just showing them, you know, they also should get a back end because I don't know, they probably charge this poor family, you know. Guys, stay at home. Do not do these kind of things. Bad juju vibes exist. They do exist. Okay, so let's get into the next one straight away. I don't want to waste any more time. This one is called I Went in the Wrong Ride and Almost Got Killed. I don't know, my English is just running away from me today. But let's get into it. There's a nice, what is it? Chrysler? I don't know. We'll get into it and see.
This is not about my story, but someone from my
Step back, man. But too close for me. Too close.
church, and he wanted to share his experience with anyone else. He's a 32-year-old man, and his pseudonym is Mark. He's a fairly big guy, and this situation took place when he was on his way home from work. He said that he had lost his phone 1 week before this whole situation happened, so he couldn't call and get any help during the story. It was quite late, around 11 p.m. He had finished work and was walking to a taxi stop location, and when he got there, a few people were standing around waiting as well. After about 2 minutes, he noticed that there was a minivan approaching. Usually, minivans are cheaper than taxis, and he felt tired that day, so he decided to take the minivan. He sat on a seat, and there was a young boy seated in the passenger side next to the driver, who was collecting the fare. And then, 2 other boys who looked like teenagers also boarded the minivan and sat in the seats in front of him. Once the minivan took off, after about 5 minutes, the boy asked if they would like to drink some Coke. The boys accepted and started drinking.
No.
And
First
they also
mistake.
gave it to Mark. Mark was also feeling thirsty, so he took it, but only a sip. Not much later, he started feeling drowsy.
Yeah.
Just before he about laid his head on the seat beside him, he noticed that those 2 boys were already knocked out. After he laid his head down, he heard noises coming from the back seats. 2 people were talking in a different language. The car was passing a big signboard that showed Crest Chicken Farm. And then he finally passed out. When he got up, he found himself inside a big shed-like barn, and there were some tools on a big table.
Ooh, no.
He was on the floor, and the other 2 teenage boys were laying next to him. He still felt a bit drowsy. He saw that the 2 boys were still passed out, so he tried waking them, but they wouldn't budge. As Mark was kind of a big man, he tried to see if he could carry one of them, but it was hard to do because even Mark was having a hard time to...
Come on, Mark. They say you're a big man, now you're gonna be all weak. I know you had some sedative that knocked you out, but come on. Big Mark, strong Mark, dumb Mark. Because Mark drink from wrong bottle. From stranger bottle Mark drink from. Come on, help them out or get out. I mean, either way.
stand properly. And then he heard voices. He took a peek from the door, and 3 people were walking toward the big shed, coming from a house on the hill, which was quite close to the shed. Mark panicked and tried to look for another exit. He was looking around the place, and he found one at the end of the shed, luckily. He approached quietly and escaped as fast as he could. At this point, his vision was all blurry, but he managed to find a fence door and unlocked it. He heard the people shouting, but he ignored. He just kept on running. When he finally reached his house, it was early morning, around 5 a.m. His wife was up all night waiting for him and ran out the front door as soon as she saw him. He collapsed and slept for almost the whole day. When he woke up and finally got a chance to explain to his wife what had transpired that night, he remembered about the other 2 boys who were still there. Then he contacted the police immediately. He told the police about the road signs and a big billboard for Crest Chicken Farm and other things that he could remember. About 2 weeks after, there was a police report about how they found 2 teenage boys' bodies in a lake and advised that when they examined the bodies, all their organs were missing.
No. No,
Mark.
no, 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 no. That, guys, that literally gives me chills. You know how scary that is? Mark, you're lucky you escaped. You probably have double sets of organs knowing how big you are. I know, I'm reduced to a fat joke, guys. I'm so sorry. Times are just tough. Things almost done, but that could have been you, bruh. That really could have been you. Guys, you have no idea how scary that is. Can you imagine putting yourself in that situation? Leave Mark's situation, he escaped. But the two poor boys that just got me because they decided, yeah, sure, let me just drink from any child that looks creepy with a top hat. I don't know what kind of hat that is. I really feel sorry for them. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed part 2 of True Story Scary Animations. I know I have. There is a lot more to come, I promise you guys. Before I end off this video, let me just give you guys some explanation. So as you can see, the name has changed to The Anxious Individual, which is myself. Why Anxious Individual? Well, I've been fighting anxiety for a long time. I've been suffering through it, I've been going through it, and they say in order to become a stronger person, you actually need to embrace your flaws or whatever that you're suffering from, and it will make you stronger. So that's the main reason that I've gone with The Anxious Individual, because I'm starting to embrace my anxiety, guys. I'm not letting it get me down anymore, whatever the story is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I know, I don't know, let me know down in the comments what you think of my beard. I don't know, I just decided to try this out, knowing that it's lockdown and everything. What better, you know, what better things do I have to do right now? So let me know down in the comments, does it suit me? Maybe. I know people have a mixed opinions. I'm just trying to see where it goes. It's still in the young stages. I need to flourish and blossom like a lumberjack that I want to be. Lumberjack? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give this video a big like. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Please guys, I know most of you are confused. Some people actually ask me, do you take money when I subscribe to you? I'm like, what? No. Y'all's money stays in y'all's bank account. There's nothing that comes to me. Subscribing to a channel basically means that you get the followers up, so that you don't have to search, or I don't have to send you links, or you don't have to really search The Anxious Individual or Anxious Individual. My videos will just automatically pop up on your timeline, and if you click on that bell right now, you'll get notifications of when I post. So without further ado, guys, love more, stress less. Peace.